This 13-year-old boy went mysteriously missing after borrowing a bike from his friend. Here's what happened after he was found 5 days later in a hospital. Angelica Martinez was devastated by her brother's disappearance. Just 2 days before Halloween, Nathan Torres borrowed a family friend's red bicycle to ride to a store. Tragically, he was struck by a vehicle just minutes after leaving, only a quarter mile from their home in Reunited, California. When Nathan didn't return, his family grew increasingly anxious. Initially, they thought he might be at a friend's house, but after a day passed with no sign of him, fear set in that they might never see him again. Angelica took to the internet, hoping to find any information about her missing brother. "I went online because we feared the worst when a child goes missing. He could have been kidnapped or lured into meeting someone online," she explained. The following day, October 30th, Angelica's single mother filed a police report. They reached out to friends, searched various cities, and even attempted to track his phone, but all their efforts to locate Nathan were in vain. Unbeknownst to them, Nathan had suffered a severe brain injury in the accident. Heartbreaking, right? The 13-year-old was then moved to Moreno Valley Hospital, where he was taken care of. Since his identity was not known, the Riverside Health System listed him in the adult ICU as John Doe. He was mistaken by the doctors and nurses for a boy of 20. The hospital released a statement about the painful incident but refused to provide specific information about the teenage boy's case. The police and his family couldn't locate him because his identity had been changed. But how did his identity get mixed up? Well, it was due to the difference between where they lived and where the accident occurred. According to Angelica, her mom lives at the border of Reunited and San Jacinto, but technically they live in Reunited. However, her brother's accident happened just about 3 blocks from their mom's house, and that area is believed to be San Jacinto. This was where things went wrong because her mom reported Nathan's missing case to the police in Reunited and not San Jacinto. However, Angelica stated that her mother made it clear to the officers that her son was riding a red Gauntlet bike the last time he was seen, so she was particularly surprised that they could not connect the dots and find him. But not for long. Finally, after 5 days, police were able to recognize Nathan. It was a Riverside Sheriff's deputy who saw the missing boy's report and informed his family that the John Doe at Riverside Medical Center was the missing Nathan Torres. Can you believe that? According to Angelica, an officer showed up at her mom's place holding a picture of her teenage brother in the hospital. When her family heard the news of what had happened to Nathan, their hearts were shattered. That same day, the Hammond Police Department released a statement concerning the missing boy. Follow-up measures were taken by the Reunited PD, and local area hospitals were contacted. Although several hospitals were contacted, the juvenile was not located due to being admitted as a John Doe. Angelica believed that the Reunited police could have done better in handling her brother's case. According to her, the Riverside Police Department had contacted the Reunited Police Department on several occasions to see if they had any missing persons matching their description, but their replies were no. When the Reunited Police Department was asked why it took so long to find Nathan, they chose not to comment on that. However, they wished him a quick recovery. "I'm just happy they found him," the teen boy's sister said. She was particularly grateful to the San Jacinto officer from the Riverside Police Department who put in all the effort to find her brother. She was also thankful to the hospital that admitted him and never blamed them for anything. The family was happy that the hospital did what they were meant to do, which was to take care of her little brother. Fortunately, Nathan's family found him just in time. When they saw him, they couldn't hold back their tears and just hoped that he would survive. The teenager could have passed away if he had not been discovered. His sister was particularly sad that she could not be with her brother when the tragic event happened. She decided to stay with him in the hospital, but during her stay, his health started to deteriorate. This made her very scared. "He was doing great, and then all of a sudden we were losing him," she said. They were informed by the doctors that the pressure in his brain was getting worse and that the pressure was supposed to be going down, not up. At this point, Nathan was in terrible condition and required urgent surgery. The unconscious boy underwent surgery and thankfully he made it through. He had to have his skull removed for safety measures, but now he had a chance to survive. The medical team in charge of the surgery told his family that it would take about 3 months before his skull could be put back together. However, a shocking miracle happened. Nathan had his skull back 3 weeks after surgery, which was great news for his family. Amazing, right? By this time, his swelling had stopped, and his health had significantly improved, even though he still had some other damage. He was partially placed in a medically induced coma, partly because of the swelling and damage to his brain. But Nathan is a fighter, and he eventually came out of it. By this time, his family could now tell when he was awake or asleep. However, they were uncertain if he understood whenever they talked to him, but his neurosurgeons believed he could. However, he didn't react to commands very much. Nathan's situation was especially difficult for his mother, who also has an 8-year-old daughter with special needs. Now, with what happened to him, it means she has to take care of them both. This must be so hard for the boy's mother. However, despite the challenges, she states that she's just happy to have him back and believes he will recover. For now, the 14-year-old is unable to drain the fluid from his brain by himself. He has to use a feeding tube, a ventilator, and a tracheostomy tube to breathe as well. Truly, this teenage boy has a long road to recovery before he comes home. According to Angelica, her family has decided to take legal action against the driver who crashed into Nathan. They've seen the vehicle driving around, and it has been hard for them to cope with the pain the incident has caused them. However, they know they have to live with what has happened, and now they are just focused on her brother's recovery. The Hemet teenager's family has started a GoFundMe project to give him all the support he needs. Angelica hopes that people will help so her mom can stay in a hotel near the hospital while Nathan is there. She also wishes that some of the funds raised can cover his other needs and assist in renovating their home for his return. However, the doctors have informed Nathan's family that they are uncertain about his prognosis, emphasizing that the outcome of a brain injury can be unpredictable. Despite this, Nathan has exceeded the doctor's expectations so far, and his family remains hopeful for a better recovery than anticipated. They are excited that he will soon be transferred to a rehab center in Loma Linda, which offers him the best chance for recovery. Angelica wants everyone to know that what her family needs most for Nathan is prayers. She believes that these prayers will help him stay strong, and that her mom would value them more than any financial support. Recently, she shared pictures of her brother, who is making good progress and will be home soon. She expressed her gratitude to everyone who has supported and prayed for him. What are your thoughts on Nathan's story? I'd love to hear from you in the comments. If you enjoyed this story, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your loved ones. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update from our channel. Thank you.